Thanks for joining my YouTube channel. Well, here we have Carlos King talking about Love and Marriage Huntsville and how Melody, Cherie, and Marceau Scott understands the assignment. How he loves, characters on his shows like those two. They don't mind him talking about everything because they understand how lucrative it is to their brand and their businesses. He says they pretty much understand the assignment and they really don't care, pretty much what he constantly brings up and talks about. As long as the people are talking about them, they understand that it's putting a lot of money in their pockets. So, Mel is telling him to constantly bring it on to keep her relevant. In other words, Marceau is saying, oh, you want me to talk about another cheating allegations? And so he's willing to talk about it. I mean, not really caring that his wife has to be the butt of that situation. You understand what I'm saying? Yes, it makes him money, but he's inconsiderate because his wife has to endure the pain of that. We don't know if it's true or false. We have our own opinions as to what's being indicated or shown on the TV, and we make our judgments from there. But in the interim of that, his wife has to be endowed with questions and people questioning, how gullible she is and how she allows him to walk all over her, how, she's naive, because it's being portrayed on TV as such. So, we don't know if this stuff is true or false. It seems true. I mean, if he's acting that well, and if Letitia's acting that good, where she already indicated in her interview with DJ Richie Sky, I believe, that these were real emotions, these were real films. But we would beg to differ if we heard of Carlos King, because Carlos King is saying that Marceau is in agreement with bringing these things to the screen. So it seems as if this stuff is made up, but maybe not. It may be accusations, but I mean, as long as he portrays an image as to where, this is ludicrous or this stuff is insane, like it doesn't bother him, it doesn't bother his wife, like we're not worried about that, it'll keep the people guessing. We never can tell. But again, Marceau may be able to handle it, but we've heard out of Tisha's own confession that it's a lot. It has caused her to question her husband and question her marriage. Coming from Carlos King is saying pretty much whatever I want to talk about, whether it be from social media, Facebook, or whatever, and I bring it to Marceau, he's saying, let's go, bring it on. Because the lines are around the corner to get into his black nightclub, on the weekends. He's selling tons of his wine, his liquor. And he's happy with the success that his brands are having, from people constantly having his name in their mouth. And I guess they're going, I don't know why, they would want to go there to, people go there because people like to party, people like to drink. So I understand, what they're doing. But in other words, he's saying, if the people are not talking about you, that's when you should worry. That's when you should have you should be concerned, because that means you're not making no money on the brands that you're selling to the people. As long as the people can feel you and touch you and they think they know you because, so much of their life is being portrayed or displayed on television, the people tend to have more of a connection with you, whether they're purchasing. I don't know. I don't want to get into that because that's a whole nother situation. But again, he likes people on his shows who are pretty much transparent. He said he's there to provide a platform for them to make money in addition to what he is paying them. And so he gets annoyed when people don't use it to their full advantage, when people don't take advantage of the platform and, and market, everything that they're doing and, want to be more transparent with their life. He's saying that's the way to go. Everybody wasn't raised like that, Carlos King. Most people have been raised to be humble, which is tough. When you're an entrepreneur, you want to get yourself out there, but it is hard for some people. Some people don't want to portray an image as, being the thing that we're taught not to be. We're taught to be humble and not, boisterous or conceited or, think everything is about us. So it's really hard, in this day and age where everything is portrayed on the internet. So, I understand where he's coming from in that aspect. If people want to get their brands out there, you have to make yourself known, to your audience. And the more they see you, the more they can connect with you, the more they can relate to your stories or what have you, the more they support you. It's unfortunate, but it seems to be so, So thanks again, guys, for tuning in. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on that notification bell for more videos. Thank you.
I know being on reality TV isn't for everybody, and I know that it takes a lot to be judged by the world when you're just being yourself. And I know how some people love to blame editing. But for me, yes, that's all. That goes to whoever y'all want it to go to. I always tell people, when no one's talking about you, that's when you should be worried. And I'm not here to make anyone not be successful. I create shows for them to be successful, and I do get upset when I see people not taking advantage of the doors that I've opened for them, and to have a sense of gratitude and grace. And at the end of the day, one thing I tell people now, if you don't want to be a part of my shows, bye. I have way too many people knocking on my door in my DMs because they know when you work with Carlos King, you actually have a brand that's going to skyrocket if you know how to play the game right. So when you see someone like Melody Holt, Marceau Scott, okay, who are two polarizing figures, and who understands the assignment. Melody is a hugely successful recording artist, entrepreneur, beauty mogul. Marceau has he has the #1 nightclub spot in all of Alabama. And Marceau literally tells us all the time, keep filming me. I don't care what. Marceau is like, what y'all want me to talk about? Another allegation of me cheating? Okay, I'll talk. Marceau is the best at I don't care, because he sees how the line is wrapped around his club, because he knows that, I want y'all to constantly talk about me. Melody has the same thing where, no, keep doing it. And what thing one thing Mel and Marceau does that's hilarious to me, they would comment back to a fan, and I'd be like, what are y'all doing? But that engagement helps them, and I want that for anybody who works with me. And when it comes to the encore, we'll see what happens, but my goal is to always provide a platform for people to win.